Hey everybody. Well, let me see. Hey everybody, and happy Valentine's Day 2023. For those of you that live here in the county, you know that it's Mardi Gras, Galveston. Last weekend was the first weekend, and next weekend will be the second weekend, and then of course Fat Tuesday. So in keeping with some videos I've done recently on holiday weekends, I reviewed the arrests over the first weekend of Mardi Gras, and to me it seems like it was a pretty active weekend for law enforcement. So I did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday like I usually do, and for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday total, we had 183 total arrests, which seems like a really big number to me. Taken out of that information, I looked for DWIs because alcohol is consumed heartily during Mardi Gras. And so I'll break down each day. Friday night Friday we had 47 arrests. Saturday was the biggest day with 71 arrests, and then Sunday 65 arrests. Friday we had 8 DWI arrests. Saturday we had 11 DWI arrests. And then Sunday we had 17 DWI arrests. So for a total, we had 36 DWI arrests from Friday to Sunday, which again seems like another big number to me. But obviously, 36 DWIs over the 3 days with 183 total arrests means that there was obviously a lot of other activity going on as well, and I'll kind of go through some of it. Again, all I can see is that someone was arrested and at what time they were arrested, and sometimes the location where they were arrested. Nothing stood out about Friday. Like I said, there were 8 DWI arrests, but nothing jumped off the page at me. There were not a lot, but a decent number of what they call municipal holds, which is generally GPD will arrest someone on something simple, like could be assault, could be public intoxication, just something that's a Class C. But whatever their conduct was or what was happening at the time led to their arrests, but doesn't necessarily lead to an actual criminal charge. Now, on Saturday, there was a DWI arrest that caught my attention a little bit because there was a person arrested for DWI, and then also arrested for prohibited substance in a correctional facility, and I don't know if that was the situation here, but in prior cases that I've had, that usually means someone was arrested and they had a substance on them, usually some type of drug, and they tried to hide it and get it into jail with them. I don't know if that's what happened to this person, but that's what it looks like, because the original arrest was for driving while intoxicated. But then at the jail, another charge was added, and I can see that one was at the jail by the address of where the person was booked. That one was done at the jail. There was another one that stood out on Sunday, which was the largest day for DWI arrests. Now you got to remember that Sunday starts at midnight, and so we had a whole bunch of arrests at 2 minutes after midnight, 15 minutes after midnight, 41 minutes after midnight, that's a different case, at 1:04 in the morning, 1:51 a.m., 2:28 a.m. One of those arrests also led to an unlawful carrying of a weapon. Sometimes that is a license holder who is deemed to be intoxicated while driving, and they have a concealed carry permit or license to carry, and they're then charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon because they were carrying a weapon while they were intoxicated. I don't know if that's the case here, but it does happen. Anyway, then we go back on 2:42 in the morning, another one at 2:42, 3:10 a.m., 8:03 a.m., 10:37 a.m., and then actually only looks like Sunday evening at about 5:53 p.m. Then 10 p.m., 10:15 p.m., 10:30 p.m., and then 11:30 at night. So even though, like I said, Sunday starts at midnight, and so most of those were obviously people, or likely people that had been out from earlier in the evening, maybe at Mardi Gras. Now, there was a whole slew of people on Saturday night that were arrested on Market Street near 24th, down there in the Mardi Gras area. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Municipal hold at by GPD. Again, it was a municipal hold, which means they were ticketed, but they were arrested. Could have been anything from fighting to public intoxication to something, but just due to the location of the arrest, I can see that it was downtown, where most of the festivities were. A lot of these, like I said, all I get is name, person's age, the charge, and where they were arrested. It's not a great deal of information. There was one other interesting arrest, and it was a DWI, and then an added charge of possession of marijuana of 4 ounces to 5 pounds, which just stood out because you don't see a whole lot of marijuana arrests anymore. And since the charge is 4 ounces to 5 pounds, I don't know if we were closer to 4 ounces or 5 pounds, but that obviously piled on that person's list of problems. Likely they were stopped for DWI, and somehow that led to the discovery of the marijuana inside the car. Typically it's because an officer says he could smell it, and then uses that as justification to search the car. That was a little bit after midnight on Friday, and that was here on the island. Again, I don't know if it was closer to 4 ounces or closer to 5 pounds, but we don't see a whole lot of marijuana cases anymore. There were not, any other than, intoxication matters. There were a couple of municipal holds that I could tell were public intoxication because the arresting officer listed it as such. There was one and this one's kind of interesting, but it's a person who was arrested on the charge of public intoxication with 3 prior convictions, which just raises the punishment level. But I'm guessing, I don't know, that person is somehow known to law enforcement to have been arrested 3 separate times for public intoxication. We don't see that a whole lot. So it was overall what I consider to be a big law enforcement weekend, which means law enforcement was out in large numbers here in Galveston. I did not have time before I came on this live to go back and look, but if my recollection is correct, this is going to be much bigger than biker rally was. The numbers, I believe. I could go back and look, or y'all can go back and look at those old videos, either on my Facebook or my YouTube channel or YouTube page. But again, 183 total arrests from Friday to Sunday, a total of 36 DWIs, with Saturday night, Sunday morning being the big concentration of DWI stops and arrests. But that's all I got. I'll keep a lookout this weekend, see what the numbers are, and try to get with y'all next week and tell you what I found. That said, I hope y'all have a good week, and again, happy Valentine's Day.